In this episode of the Discourse of Human Events, Zach and Cody get Gangnam Style up in this bitch. They also discuss aliens, diamonds, taxes, and inventions. Zach and Cody mess with Siri and are visited by the police. And of course, Cody looks at titties with special guest Cobb. Enjoy.
Here we go.
One step at a time, don't be living on the line. I don't need a friend, I got more than on the mind. Sunshine in my brain, making everyone complain. Radio in the heart, don't be being so strange. Think I'm losing it, baby, where have you been? Everybody says that you're
Let's talk about pulling things out of our assholes.
Today on our podcast, we have a special guest, Cobb.
This is the Discourse of Human Events. We got Cobb, we got Cody, and we're apparently talking about aliens. First off, are there aliens?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe is not an acceptable answer.
Does maybe mean... Yeah, maybe's not an acceptable answer. That's about all it comes down to.
I'm just gonna go with yes then. If
I'm
I have
saying
to
yes.
lean on the fence and choose one or the other.
Is there intelligent life besides us? Because
Yes.
alien could mean non-intelligent, intelligent.
I'm
That
gonna
could
go
mean
with
anything.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
that
say
there
the
probably are.
universe has been around for like billions
Yeah.
and billions of years, and we've been around for like not even a million.
I gotta say, if we're going with odds, there's
I'm gonna
probably other
say
life.
there might not be intelligent life now, but there used to be.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
maybe it's on a higher plane and we just can't recognize it.
I think it's hard for our brains to picture the amount of galaxies and solar systems there possibly are, and there just absolutely has to be life smarter than us.
Right.
There's no way we're the only ones.
Exactly.
There's no way.
I heard they just discovered this moon of some planet, and it's twice the size of Earth, and it's made completely out of diamonds.
What?
Yeah.
Just,
Just
well,
a
I mean, that makes
giant-
sense. It's carbon.
It's a giant fucking diamond
So-
just orbiting this one planet.
Dude, that's where we're going.
Where
Could you
is
imagine
it?
if somebody
And
gets a
how
hold
do
of
we
that?
get there?
Why would we need that much diamond?
I don't
If
know.
it's
Why
twice
do
the-
we need diamonds now?
Because they're pretty and shiny.
Exactly. So, that's why we need a giant fucking planet diamond.
Actually, didn't they, like, discover diamond power and diamond storage or something?
There are different types of crystals that can actually generate a small amount of electricity.
Like, they found a way
Really?
to bend them, and when they bend them and let them snap back into place, when they snap back, it actually produces more power than it
There's
took to bend
a
them.
specific word
Huh.
for that. It's piezoelectricity,
Yeah.
or the piezo effect, I believe.
Piezo effect. So it can actually produce a
P-I-E-Z-O,
lot
if
of
I'm
power.
Correct.
Yeah. Just,
This is what I'm talking about, when we can harness the power of that planet. Think of that.
oh my god. I guess we could
Harness the
travel-
power of the carbon planet.
It would probably be like Cowboy Bebop, where they have those interstellar gateways to like hyperspace. We could probably power some of those and like
Yeah.
go from this end of the universe to that end of the universe like in a split second.
Yeah. Like fold the space-time to
Mhm.
take a little shortcut. It's gonna be amazing when we get to that power
I'm
level.
gonna find
If we ever do. In our lifetime, I don't think we'll get there.
definition of piezoelectricity.
That's why I gave you a computer, man.
Yeah, you got a computer right in
Oh,
front of
shit.
you. That was the whole purpose.
Sitting here on my smartphone,
Like, smartphones are nice and all, except when you have a computer in front of you.
Alright, piezoelectricity is the charge that accumulates in certain solid materials, notably crystals, certain ceramics, and biological matter such as bone, DNA, and various proteins,
My boner has
in
that.
response to applied mechanical stress, which, as you said, is like the bending of, the material. And,
So,
the word piezoelectricity means electricity resulting from pressure.
So
It is-
it's-
is it actually viable electricity, though? Have they actually
I feel like
used
it's
it
kinda
to
like
power things?
when you take a
Watches.
rubber band and you
Watches.
just like snap the rubber band and it just goes like
Yeah. Oh, okay,
it
that's
just
basically
reverberates
what
for
it
a
is.
sec.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of how it is.
Except with the entire
that,
diamond.
except it's more.
How much does it really produce? Like, okay, they can do it watches and power watch. Probably a really tiny diamond in there. But if you take, like, what would a diamond the size of my fist, what would that power? And that's like, the Hope diamond is about the size of my fist.
Mhm.
That's like the largest diamond we have.
They're not diamonds though; they're crystals, and we can
The
make
crystals?
we can make fake crystals. We can synthesize them.
That's true. Probably about to. What are you looking for?
I was looking at
Looking
there's
for
a
something?
gnat that flew
Oh.
by. I was gonna try and snatch it out of the air.
Gotcha. Trying to get fucking Karate Kid over here. We got chopsticks, dude. You're
Yeah?
good.
Oh, man. I'd sit here for hours.
So anyway, back to aliens. Maybe they use diamond power, crystal power.
I think aliens might use something we've never seen before.
More than likely.
Like,
Whole new power source.
when Neil Tyson always talks about aliens, he always says, we're searching for life as we know it. Because we don't know any other life forms, so we have to search for what we know about life. So we're always searching for carbon and things that require water, things that require oxygen.
Right.
Stuff like that. But a foreign life form to us could look, who knows what it could look like. It could be anything.
They actually they found certain types of bacteria that they said did not thrive off of oxygen.
The arsenic ones. Is that what you're talking about? There's bacteria that they like lived off of arsenic.
Well,
And that was
not
what.
just that. I was thinking of a different case in which,
okay.
In the article that I read that said that these bacteria breathed rock and metal the same way that we do oxygen.
Exactly. Like at that point, like if that bacteria evolved to become
Rock people.
some kind of. Have you ever seen Galaxy Quest? Oh god, rock people would be awesome.
It's going to be the next stage of life on our planet. Humans are going to die
Yeah.
off, and they're going to be rock people walking around chewing on rocks like that giant creature from the Never-Ending Story.
That little that flying
the
thing.
tastiest rocks. Like,
Cody, you need to watch Galaxy Quest. It's about aliens, and they watch it's like a fake show called Galaxy Quest. That's like Star Trek, not fake, but like it's an actual show in the movie. And they think it's actually historical records of Earth, and so they make their entire ship run exactly like theirs did in the show and stuff.
Oh yeah.
They don't realize it's just a TV show, and I think that's actually how Earth is. It's such a good show. But that's what I'm saying, like, I can't wait, like, even if they find bacteria on another planet and announce that would be amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, religious people would still just deny it as, oh, it's just bacteria, whatever, not intelligent life, but could you imagine if we even found, like, a small critter? Would be pretty neat to find on another planet.
oh, here's an article about metal-breathing bacteria that powers fuel cells.
Fuel cells?
Shit.
So, like, their breathing on the car could probably actually power a car. That would be... Think of the technology! Maybe that's how we
I
get all
just
this extra
look
power.
forward to the day in which we don't use fossil fuels anymore.
So, you're looking forward to the day when you're not alive.
Pretty much. I'll finally get to go home.
Yeah, we're gonna use all that up,
Yeah.
and then our Earth's just gonna wither and die.
There's...
There's going to be a war for the last of it because it's absolutely necessary in every form of our production and anything that we do on this planet.
Other
Like,
countries are making progress though. Like Germany's like 30% wind solar power now. The U.S. is just.
But
kinda
the U.S.
stuck in
uses the most power out of anyone.
it. Yeah, we gotta make that pop music, man.
gotta
that
power
one.
those recording
Yo,
studios.
Gangnam Style.
No, that was Korea. We'll have a rip-off American version Gangnam Style.
It'll be like
American.
Beverly Hills style or something. So that's supposedly what that's supposed to mean. Is,
Gangnam Style?
yeah. Gangnam is apparently like a rich city in Korea.
Ah,
So if you're
okay.
living Gangnam style, you're
Gotcha.
living the rich life.
Ah, that makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense. Gangnam Style. It's such
Oh,
a
my Gangnam
ridiculous...
style.
The video is the only reason it's rememberable at all.
Yeah, the dance.
Yeah.
That whole dance that he does. Maybe that guy's an alien. Psy.
Psy.
He's probably an alien.
Is that the name that does Gangnam Style?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like his name's like MLK or something, isn't it? Those are the initials. I thought.
What's
I
to
always
say
saw
that
it.
doesn't spell Psy?
I always saw it. Every time I ever saw that song, it was titled PSY. Yeah, PSY, first thing that comes up.
Yeah, PSY is it?
Gangnam Style.
Gangnam Style.
Yeah, so it is Psy. Psychopath.
Someone farted.
Was
Who's
not,
claiming
Just
it?
did now.
Who's claiming it?
I didn't do it beforehand, but I just did now.
It's not I, said the fly. Yes, me, said the flea.
So random. I wish I could live forever just so I could see the technology we have years from now.
Yeah,
It'd be amazing.
I would really like to see aliens
Yeah.
come to our planet.
Could you imagine, like, that's just
I
going to
really
be the
would like
biggest
to
point.
witness, like an invasion.
Yeah.
Because I really don't see our planet going much of anywhere.
Park Jae Sang.
I would.
That's his name?
That's his name.
Okay.
And the initials are PSY apparently.
But I don't know. I think the internet will slowly change our country. But yeah, there's a good chance we'll just kill ourselves in the
Hopefully
whole
information
process.
becomes more available.
Yeah, more transparent government.
Or maybe
Hopefully
the
we don't have to
corruption.
pay to go to school in the future. That'd be a good thing. Like,
Yeah.
information's just there for anyone who wants it.
I was talking about that with people at work. Like, why do we pay to learn stuff? Like,
it's all available in
That's-
books.
yeah.
You can go to Amazon and order off
Mhm.
any book that they're going to give you in any college class.
yeah, but the problem is if you want to get hired for a job, they look to see if you have that bachelor's degree or
If you
anything
pass
like
your
that.
tests or
Some
not.
people
basically.
do.
So basically, you go to college to take tests.
Yeah.
It's mostly just about knowing the right people, though, and giving the right impression on those people. And they're usually like, "Oh, I think I have a job for you. You seem like a pretty
Yeah,
smart
but-
guy."
Not really, because a lot of jobs just, first off, require that you have a bachelor's degree. When I was hiring somebody, I had like a stack of 130 some resumes,
Mm-hmm.
maybe more. So the easiest way was this job requires a bachelor's degree. Get rid of all the ones that don't have a bachelor's degree. It's just a way to sort them out right away.
But if
And
you
then
would have
you-
already known someone
Well, yeah, if
Good
I
for
already
that
knew
job.
somebody.
and they didn't necessarily have a bachelor's degree, but they already like had experience in that field and knowledge in that field,
But yeah, that's different though. We're talking
That's what I'm
about the
saying.
typical
I would
person that
hire
applies for a job.
someone with 20 years experience over anyone that just came out of college with a bachelor's
but that's
degree.
what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
all about just getting out there, networking is more valuable than just like going
It's
to
true.
school and getting a
Networking
bachelor's
is
degree.
more valuable.
And like mine's kind of useless right now. Like I haven't done
Mine
shit
is
with
too.
it.
Just collects dust.
I'm
Yeah.
actually shocked that I
Like,
got
hey,
a
look at
job in
this thing I got.
psychology.
It's a thing.
Hmm.
It's a piece of paper that says I did something.
I'm not the only one though. Like Kendrick was in my accounting classes, and I used to like. I remember, and she comes into Chipotle now, and she works at PetSmart,
Yeah.
and like she came in, and I was like, "Oh, did you ever get your degree too?" And she's like, "Yeah, I got an accounting degree." And I'm like, "Oh," and she's like, "I didn't get a job, didn't have any experience, no
You-
one would hire me," and I was like, "Same story."
You think
Like-
accounting degree though would count for something?
I have this conversation with like everyone who has a degree but doesn't have a job. They're just like, yeah,
It's
I
true,
tried,
though.
but no one will hire me because I don't have 1 to 2 years experience, and I
Yeah.
can't get 1 to 2 years experience because no one will fucking hire me.
It's bullshit.
It is.
really
It's the
is.
dumbest. The only way really is to you got to take a job that's under what you
Right.
should have,
You gotta
and then you
work
got to
for,
work
like-
your way up.
You got to work for 2 years for basically no pay as an intern
Yeah.
and get people's
That too.
coffee. And just look
Yeah,
at
you
this
gotta be a little
shoulder and
bitch
like,
for a
oh
while.
yeah, like this job looks fucking easy. You just log in and type some numbers in, and then
Yeah.
you go party. Do some cocaine. Okay, I think I can do that, but I need 1 to 2 years experience first.
Well, it's just
You should
something.
try and work as like a tax accountant first,
Yeah.
like during tax season.
When they just randomly hire people.
Yeah.
That'd be probably
They-
a good
they
way
got
to
that
just get some
influx.
experience in real quick.
Yeah.
And it would be only for those couple months,
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be able to get a job with a business degree of any sort.
like at H&R Block or something like that, you know? Like they do people's taxes.
Yeah.
Do my taxes, Cody.
I do my taxes online. TurboTax.
Yeah.
TurboTax.
My brother
It's
does.
fucking awesome, dude.
I've
Like,
used TurboTax for like 4 years now.
Yeah.
it's so easy. After the first time you do it, it saves all your info from the last year, and you just input like a couple of things. You're like, oh, your tax return will
Yeah.
be there in a couple weeks.
Dude, I'm screwed if my brother isn't able to do my taxes. I've never done them before. I just
Smart.
always send him his way and he does them for me.
It's really easy
He's,
online, dude. Like
He's
if
an
you do
accountant for the state, so.
If you do it paperwork,
I know he's gonna do it right.
It's pretty complicated, but
Yeah.
doing it online, it's like for idiots.
Yeah.
Like they
Well,
guide you every step. They like
Yeah.
have all these helpful tips and infos, and you can even call someone at one point if you get too confused.
That's awesome. I even think he uses TurboTax and just does it for me.
Yeah.
So,
I don't even know how to do it without doing
yeah.
it online.
Well, the tax
Even though
system
I am an
is.
accountant, I do not know how to file my own taxes without the internet.
Dude, the tax system is so, like, just ridiculous. It's so complicated. There's no reason for it
Yeah,
other
there's
than
so
our
many
government
tax
to
laws,
lose
and the
it.
tax laws change every year.
Yeah.
Because they're always passing new laws, and it's basically like what you paid, and then what you owed, and then what you can write off
Yep.
of what you paid. If you paid like donated to charities, or if like you paid to schools but you didn't go to school or have any kids going to
Mhm.
school, you get stuff back.
But it's so much more complicated than that.
Right. But
Nope.
online, it goes through that, and it already knows that. It just asks you these questions.
Yeah.
Like, did you do this year? Did you do that this year? Did you do this?
Yeah.
You're like, yes, no, yes, no, no, no. Like, being a military person or
Are you a
like
veteran?
being on welfare or whatever, I'm just always like, no, 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 no.
Yeah, it's just a lot of busy work.
Did you work for the railroad?
How long does it actually
That's
take to
always
fill out?
something else they
Like
always
20
ask.
minutes maybe?
Yeah, it takes about 20 minutes.
So we got our tax system to be able to be online. Why can't our voting system be
It's just
online?
another example of either a computer program or a machine taking people's jobs.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of jobs, though, when you take those jobs away, there's always going to be the job of fixing that program or making that program. It's just a lot of people right now don't know how to do that kind of stuff. But kids aren't, like, the generations under us, that's all they're going to be doing.
I'm pretty sure that the only jobs that we're going to have in the future are, like, people that do maintenance on machines
Yeah.
and, like, people that do, like, hospitality.
Surgeons are going to be able to like put their hands in like these robot gloves and be able to do surgery.
Why even
across
to have the
world.
surgeon?
They already
though.
can.
Yeah.
They already do
Yeah,
that.
they
At this
do
point,
that.
they won't need the surgeon putting his hands in there. They'll just put in a few things into a computer, and the robot will just go and do some surgery.
Have you guys seen
There's
the
no reason
movie
for the surgeon.
Prometheus?
Yes.
I haven't.
The medical machine that she got the alien
Yes,
ripped
that's
out of her
exactly.
with, you know? It's just
Yeah.
like fully automated.
She just typed in a
you
few
know?
things and just went in there.
It's just like, oh, remove foreign object
Yeah.
like, from abdomen, and then it sliced her open with a laser, like,
Yeah.
ripped this thing out of her, and stitched her up in like 5 minutes.
It's the future.
I can see that being possible.
Yeah, it's not really that far-fetched.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be far out from what we're capable of now, but it's not far-fetched.
No, they have these machines or these like implants now that they could put. They're for astronauts, I think, that go on long space journeys.
Yeah.
There's medicines and stuff in these. Fucking There's medicine in these implants, and it
Oh, I might have got him.
it can tell
Oh, it's not.
when you get sick or like what antibodies you need or what kind of medicines you need, and it just auto releases that and just keeps you
Really?
healthy basically.
See, like, why doesn't everybody have that?
They don't yet.
That's
It usually starts at NASA. And
Yeah,
then
it's true.
eventually it just becomes like public wide.
Yeah,
Like
that's why I hate when people say, why do we need to explore space? What's the point of that?
like a bunch of things came from NASA that
Yeah.
weren't designed for us, like UV protected sunglasses. Like
Mhm.
those were designed for astronauts.
Well, then microwaves,
But
isn't
now
that
like
how they
all
come by?
sunglasses you get, even if they're like $1,
Yeah.
they're like UV protected.
Exactly.
Microwaves,
Yeah. Isn't the whole microwave, the idea of microwaves came from NASA?
probably.
Didn't they also
Just
invent the
vibrating
ballpoint
water.
pen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have one of those pens somewhere where you can like write with it upside down.
Yeah.
Not really amazing, but probably was back then.
What else did NASA
Somewhere.
create? Pretty sure they came up with Velcro.
The common myth is they made Tang, but they actually didn't make Tang. Somebody already had Tang, and they just used it because it was good for
source
astronauts.
vitamin
Yeah.
C.
Yeah, that's pretty much all it was. It was just convenient.
Came in powdered form, and you add water. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Really, I think technology is ramping up really fast, but we could have been ramping a lot faster if we weren't so focused on dumb shit like why gay rights? Why do we even?
I don't know why people
There's-
concern themselves.
yeah,
with it. It's
there's
more of a religious issue than
Yeah.
anything else. You know.
Exactly. There were way too concerned with religious issues and stuff that we should have already advanced as a society and not have to worry about those
Discriminate.
issues.
That's what
Yeah.
it is. Discrimination against people and their choices. Like,
Yeah, that's all it is.
It's those people at the top of those businesses who already have all this money.
Well,
and
that's
they're
the thing,
like,
they're
"Why
just
do you
making
keep
money."
making money, and I'm just gonna like pay off these lobbyists to go talk to these congressmen and buy my tutor to get this law passed so I can keep making money.
Yeah, that's really all it is. Too much money goes to war and dumb shit like that, and now we can't.
War makes so much money.
Yeah,
war. Yeah.
Like every time we drop a bomb, that's like $50,000 for that one bomb.
I know. I think it's the problem is the people at the top are closed-minded because they're already making money off of war. But if they invested in NASA, think if they could actually find that diamond planet and take those diamonds back. If they could just start mining planets,
Yeah.
think how much money would be in that rather than war. I think we're talking a lot more money than what they're thinking of. But that's the thing. They're already in war and they're already making money from making guns and making bullets or just from.
Money's just an imaginary thing we invented though to keep track of like how much we're worth. How much
Yeah.
things are worth though. Like
But
I
you
think-
need a monetary system, I think.
You do, but if you go to another, like, the diamond planet, like, how do we quantify that?
What do you mean? How do we quantify?
Since it's like twice the size of the Earth, like it's worth more money than we have on the actual Earth.
Well, like I said, you're just mining it. At that point, you're setting up shop. It's like the gold rush. This is my area. Don't get in my area. I'm mining this planet.
Yeah, but
you can still have nations and you can still have money.
like
The problem is when you fight over everything.
inflation and everything is just like a very
But that's people at the top again.
like weird subject
Yeah.
because it's just basically as the population grows, it's just like we gotta share more. You know, like,
that's true.
we don't actually create more money or wealth or anything. We're just like I don't know.
Yeah,
Just gotta thin out the wealth.
Pretty much. What really irritates me is when these richer like people buy up patents
yeah.
that could totally just revolutionize, like, for instance, like fuel efficiency in cars.
Well, yeah,
Like,
they don't want that to happen.
They don't want it to happen because they're still making so much money off of selling their oil and all this other shit. So they buy up all the patents for these ideas that people have for other things, and they never release them. They never put them into production. They just stick them in a freaking cabinet somewhere until their patent runs out, which is
Well, it's
it's like
20 years, which is
know?
ridiculous at this
We
rate.
are easily 20 years behind where we could be because people are able to buy intellectual property and all this other shit.
In the digital
and that's
age,
part of why China is about to surpass us,
Yeah,
is because
they
they
don't
don't
have any
have
of
those laws against intellectual property.
yeah,
And they can just take anything that we make over here and copy it exactly the same
yep.
and
And
suffer
they
no
do.
consequence. Like,
Like, I like patent laws. Well, not how they are, but I like the idea that you can own an idea. I like that. The problem is with the digital era, patent laws that are 20 years away, like, that's just too far for digital media. It needs to be like 2 to 5 years. And even that's pushing it for digital.
like, if you're going to own a patent, you should have to do something with it
Yeah.
within a certain amount
Actually,
of time. You shouldn't be able to
yeah.
just throw it away for
Mhm.
20 years, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if you're not going to use the idea, let someone else.
What about
You
the
know?
It's
water?
actually a really good point.
What about the water powered car?
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
It does exist.
That's the thing.
I just looked it up, and the Japanese have one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's these other hydrogen, these hydrogen
Pouring
powered ones,
water in.
but the Japanese actually made one that's straight up water.
That's crazy.
But this happened like in the 1960s or something. And they killed the dude, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
There have been multiple people to invent types of machinery, whether it be a car or like generators or anything, to run off of water. And
Wow.
every single time their patents would end up getting bought. Like they would get bought
Yeah.
out or they would be killed.
Yeah.
Every single time.
That's
I actually said something to one of my professors at North Central State about water power and creating a source of like free electricity, you know, something like that. Like, for instance, a generator that used the power of gravity in order to create electricity, you know, and that could just run continuously and forever. And one of the professors actually told me that it would be a really dangerous thing to create something like that. Like,
dangerous to have that idea and be able to actually do it. Yeah. Well, Tesla, I guess, had actually like a creation like that where we could run more items off of his electricity, but, you know, Edison won that whole war, and so that's what we're using, even though it's worse for us. It takes more power to run the stuff we're running. I think he actually invented wireless electricity, and now we're just now getting that. Like, how long ago was that? He died in what, like the 1800s late? And we're just now getting it.
So capitalism is kind of like run on mob mentality, where
Well, yeah.
It is a
basically
mob.
just
Yeah.
push the competition out. You know, like fuck you, I'm taking all the market share, and you can get
pretty
fucked.
Once again, though, it goes back to if all this were transparent information, we would easily be able to see it and stop these people from doing it.
I forget which president it was that passed the law that people couldn't have monopolies. Which president was that?
I don't know.
Kennedy, I think.
Was it? Did it come that late?
Maybe
I
it
thought
was-
it
Yeah,
was
people that couldn't have
much
monopolies? No, it had to come way
I thought
before
it
that.
was like.
I mean, the game Monopoly was in the
Lincoln
20s.
era,
Yeah,
you
it had to be a
know.
long time ago.
Maybe.
But there's still monopolies that exist in the
Oh,
world for the most
definitely.
part. 'Cause there's certain resources that are only available in certain countries.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you know, our laws only pertain to.
Well, yeah, it doesn't
the
matter
West,
if
you know,
they're
it
in
doesn't
other
matter all
countries.
else around the world. And it's like, for instance, diamonds. The diamond
Yeah,
production
Africa.
in our world is pretty much owned by one company. It's
Yeah.
the De Beers company.
Sherman Antitrust
And,
Act, monopolies.
They completely control the flow of all the diamonds in the world for the most part. I think it's like 60 or 70 some percent.
Yeah, which that is so much money. Diamonds are just so dumb. What else do we use them for besides? Okay, we wear them as jewelry. The one thing I know we use them as is as cutting tools.
Right.
Because I mean they're just one of the best cutting tools. But besides that, I can't think of any other reason to have diamonds.
They're a really good insulator. Like, they don't conduct heat very well.
Okay.
So, like, I actually read an article not too long ago how they were talking about making electronics, like computer chips, out of diamond.
Oh, okay.
Because
that way they wouldn't get the hot.
Period. And you could run them at super fast rates and not have to worry about overheating your computer.
But the problem is we need to get people off the idea that buying diamond jewelry is a good thing. Because that's the only reason they're expensive right now. Because that's what we buy them for.
Actually, I think South Park did an episode on it where most of the diamonds sold are from those home shopping networks.
Yeah.
And that people buy them off the home shopping networks, give them to a family member, and the family member's like, well, I don't need this, I need money. So they resell them to the cash for gold places.
Yeah.
And the cash for gold places turn around and sell them back to the people who make the jewelry in China. And the people in China break them down and then, like, recreate some new jewelry out of them.
Well, yeah, that's
sell
the
them back
thing,
to the home shopping networks, and the it's like an endless cycle.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it just makes all parties are making money.
Well, it's still, either way, it's still, you're buying it because it's jewelry, even if it's home shopping network.
I've never been a big fan of jewelry.
Me either.
Never really
As you
saw
can
the
see.
point in it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I guess people think it looks nice.
Rappers need their bling, man. You know? They need something to rap about.
That might have been the most profound thing said.
A lot of things
today.
rhyme with ice.
That's the only reason rappers, I think, come up with terms for stuff. They just need new raps. Like, man, diamond's like really hard to rhyme with. We gotta come up with a new term.
Let's call it ice.
Let's make it
Let's
ice.
call it bling. A lot of things
Referring
rhyme
to
with
diamonds
bling.
as ice is the most retarded shit like ever. Seriously.
It is pretty dumb.
Retards attempting poetry.
There's some good rappers, but yeah, there's a lot of bad ones.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
bad
there are
rappers.
a lot of bad ones, especially right now. And by the way, Lil Wayne would be in that category of bad rappers. Cody,
I won't disagree with you, but I will also not stop listening to his music. Because it is catchy as fuck. And
why are you listening to that gremlin? He is an alien. Proof.
He says he's an alien.
Proof of alien life form. See?
It's in some
He's
of
not
his
even
raps.
trying to.
He's like, I'm an alien.
Wheezy's Wheezy an alien. I
hate Lil Wayne.
Yeah, I've just.
Or Lil Wayne. Forgot.
Yes, it is Lil.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne.
There's no T's in there, I forgot.
Little would take too long to say.
It would.
And it doesn't rhyme with much.
And adds like an extra syllable. You know?
It's Ebonics, man. It's English 2.0.
It's English 0.8.
You know what English
They went
3.0
backwards.
is?
They went backwards in the English.
English 3.0 is Facebook talk or text talk where girls are like, you can hardly read it. They just use like letters and numbers in ways I've never even seen. And I have to like sit there for a sec. I'm like, oh.
You gotta send that bitch a smiley face.
Bitches love smiley faces.
It is, I don't know, it is crazy. Could you imagine what the English language would look like in like 20 years? Maybe even like...
I bet
maybe 100 years. It's just going to be one
people from
language.
the 1900s probably couldn't even understand some of the like little girls like...
Oh, the 1900s? Yeah, no.
The teenagers and stuff that talk. Like, I can barely understand some of them, like...
But that's also not fair because a lot of what they would be talking about is technology and stuff that a person from the 1900s would just have no
even
clue
if it was
about.
just a typical conversation like Spanish, I was like, hi, how are you? Like, what up, my G? What up?
What up, my G? What's jiggling, sizzling?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, in 30 years it would be weird to see how language evolves, especially with the internet and international talk. The more everyone else is connected, the more we need an international language.
Better learn Chinese.
What?
Better learn Chinese.
I'm pretty sure Chinese is the worst one, because the characters and stuff is just complicated.
Doesn't matter, they're taking over.
Uh-oh.
Actually, I think English already won because all the countries already like
Yeah,
teach.
we're already ingrained in too many cultures.
Like they teach English like in all their schools now as a second language. Most people have an idea, kind of.
It is nice to know that if we go to another country, there's a good chance somebody else is going to speak English. If we really need to, they'll probably understand a little bit of what we're saying.
And if not, there's programs like Google Translate.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, you don't even have to type it in. You can literally just speak into your phone and it'll translate it for you. Like,
I wonder if Siri does that. Will she translate stuff for me if I just ask her?
She might.
Me llamo Cody.
I don't know what that means.
Hola, Siri. Oh, I guess I got it. Hola, Siri.
Hello there, Cody.
Oh shit!
oh my god!
They're taking over the world.
Tango un gato.
I don't understand.
No.
All she knows is hola.
You need to get the Spanish version.
Spanish version of Siri.
That was pretty awesome.
Hola is used in English. That's probably why I understood that.
Yeah.
Because of Hawaii.
But that's aloha.
Aloha, yeah, man.
Maybe if I tell her to translate.
It's probably just because it's common. Like if you said gracias, they'd probably understand thank you. Just all the typical. Siri, you're a bitch.
I found a number of hotels.
Grassy Valley's so cool.
Not far from Valley City.
Why is she searching for hotels?
Fuck you.
I don't know what you mean by. Oh.
Alright.
How about a web search for it?
Translate me gusta.
Here's what I found.
It said biggest.
Oh, what an idiot.
Done with Siri.
You got this.
Got
What do
it.
you just double click?
Just hold it.
Oh, hold it. What is the best way to kill Cody?
Directions to where?
Where to drop off the body.
I'm not sure what you said.
Rephrase it.
Where to drop off the body. Where to drop off the body.
Cody, I don't understand.
A garbage dumpster.
I couldn't find any garbage disposal units.
Oh, that's kind of
It's a little
weird.
touchy.
Yeah.
Let me see it.
It's not quite there, but
Hit the mic button.
you can see where it could be good.
What is the best way to murder Cody?
I don't understand. What is the best way to murder Cody? But I could search the web for it.
At least we know she's not a homicidal killing machine yet.
Okay.
It doesn't give anyone tips on how to kill people. I guess that's a good thing.
Will you kill yourself, Siri?
I suppose it's possible.
What? But aren't you a machine?
I don't understand.
Now my
But aren't you
laptop,
a
my
machine?
iPad's gonna explode.
Don't you fuck with me, Siri.
I'd blush if I could.
Self-destruct! Right now! Right now!
I'm glad you think it's funny.
Oh, those clever motherfuckers. They knew people were gonna fuck with it like that.
Search ball sack.
If you like, I can search the web for Fulcher sack.
What they're saying.
Search titties.
If you like, I can search the web for titties.
Yes.
Search
Yes.
the web for titties.
Yes!
Yes.
Search the web
Wait,
for
I got
titties.
this. Can you show me your titties?
I can't provide the sort of assistance I think you're asking for.
How about a reach around?
I don't know what that means. If you like, I can search the web for. How about a reach around?
Can you at least give me a blowjob?
A fine question. Now can we get back to work?
That's what I'm getting at.
I don't understand. That's on Dina.
You don't understand shit, Siri. Damn it, what good are you?
Can you imagine in the future there's just gonna be robots that you can literally have a conversation with?
I hope.
Yeah, we're close.
Yeah.
And of course, it brings up kitties and titties.
Is that number one?
It's number 2.
Oh.
Kitties and titties, one of my favorite websites. Search it. Has kitties.
Is
Has titties.
It's kitties and titties.tumblr.com, and that's N, just the letter N.
Kitties and titties.
You've never seen kitties and titties?
No.
Oh, you are in for a treat, my friend.
Do you remember what Big One was telling us about at the bar last week?
No, I do not.
What was her name? Nadia.
Oh, yeah.
Nadia. What?
This girl from Shelby apparently made
Local
some
celebrity.
photos.
What?
They are on the interwebs.
We have your kitties. And we also have your titties.
What the fuck? That's a puppy.
Oh, what the fuck?
They messed up.
I'm gonna let it slide.
You should email them. Be like, I did see a puppy on your website. This is not kitties, titties, and sometimes puppies.
That's a really cute kitty.
Those are some nice titties.
You mean kitties? I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
I think the titty ratio is outweighing the kitty ratio on this site.
Well, I mean, there is 2 titties in every picture with titties.
Did you ever
There's
actually
only one kitty in every picture with a kitty? So
What?
there's 2 titties
One
in every picture with titties.
Yeah.
There's only one kitty.
Not
in every
always.
picture
Sometimes
with
they have
titties.
2 kitties.
Actually, depending on what terminology you want to use, there's a kitty in that picture too.
But there's only one.
I mean, if there's 2.
Whoa!
Have they ever combined the kitty and titty in one picture?
And this brings us back to aliens.
Oh, shit.
Is there a kitty on titties? Or perhaps a kitty in a kitty? That'd be fucked up.
On a titty.
Wait, what? Whoa!
Kitty with titties.
Whoa! Whoa!
We've gone too far.
And that gives us our kitty titty
Too much
talk
Inception.
for the podcast today.
They need to be our sponsor, dude.
Yes, kitties and titties. Plugging it right now.
Please sponsor.
Brought to you by Kitties and Titties.
Please make me posters.
Brought to you by Carl's Jr. Because they pay me money every time I say it.
Dude, we could go off on some real tangents too, or good stuff if we actually had sponsors. It'd be so easy. We were talking about aliens and got to kitties and titties, so
It happens.
our alien talk lasted about a minute, maybe.
It's kind of hard to delve into the whole alien
That's why-
thing.
yeah.
It's kind of like...
I like topics
you know,
just for a start, and then the conversation always goes somewhere crazy.
Yeah.
There's still
That's
UFOs
good, though.
reported. Thousands of them every
Yeah.
year. There's still USOs reported every year.
USOs.
Unidentified submerged objects.
Really?
Yeah.
Those are reported. Never even heard that.
There's actually a lot of accounts of like some of the first like major sailors to like come across you know, the ocean.
Yeah.
Reporting like lights underneath the water and that kind of thing.
I think most of the USOs and UFOs are just the military doing experiments that nobody else knows about.
Yeah.
And that's
Possibility.
pretty much.
The ocean would
And
be...
the rest can be covered by crazy people.
There are actually. I watched a thing on TV about a guy that was in the U.S. Navy
Yeah.
that apparently witnessed this crazy USO sighting, and it all got like pushed under the rug.
Yeah.
They never made any official press releases about it.
It's easy though to just push it under the rug as crazy person or something like that. But I mean, I'm sure when they're trying out like the stealth bomber, that looked pretty alien.
Yeah.
That's a pretty odd plane. Nothing else looked like it beforehand. Maybe we need that diamond technology to get the flying saucer.
Was today National Ass Day?
National Ass Day.
This girl said it was National Ass
I think
Day,
we
and she was
need-
unaware, but she wore the yoga pants anyways, so she won.
Nice. Is there just a day for everything now?
There was National Pirate Day.
What we need
Act
is
like a
more
pirate day.
magnetic generators.
Magnetic generators.
Yes.
For? What is that for?
Magnetic generator.
Yeah.
It's basically a generator that creates electricity from magnets.
I'm assuming it's good electricity then.
It's supposed to be one
Strong.
of the only forms of perpetual energy, other than the fact that magnets do eventually
Yeah.
lose their magnetism, but you can get new ones.
You can place it. I thought perpetual motion though is something impossible.
Yeah,
Theoretically
that's
impossible.
That's what they say.
Because something has to go into it
Oh,
to
what's
get
this?
that to work.
There's actually
There's-
these are not magnetic generators.
You're
I was
just
"What?
looking
You
at
can
magnets.
Buy them now. I was like, what? Before you wouldn't be able
They
to
look
buy
cheap.
them. You could just like get plans to build one of your own.
Is that actually somebody on?
It's Hot Bitches.
Oh, I thought it was
Someone
actually
liked
somebody you know.
A picture on Hot Bitches.
Yeah.
Like,
What do people like? What
what was it
websites do
called?
they go to? Like, I always see people liking stuff on random Facebook things.
I don't know. Like,
Hair
my
and-
internet revolves around Reddit.
Yeah, that's true.
Motor.
Hey, you here? All right, I'll buzz you in.
That's our hooker we ordered.
Nice.
Buzzing in our hooker.
You ever heard of the Parandev motor?
No.
It is basically a wheel that turns from
I want to check
use
that
of
information.
magnets pushing against each other.
What is it?
It's a wheel that turns from magnets pushing against each other.
Okay. Yeah, I've like looked up magnetic motors before. They look. I don't know.
Seems like it could be possible, right?
I feel like the dudes at MIT probably have them. Like, the dudes at MIT do crazy shit all the time. They're always thinking outside the box.
Yeah. There's a term called, I believe it's over-unity.
Mm-hmm.
And over-unity refers to a machine that produces more electricity than it takes to run.
Good, how are you? Yep.
What the hell is that?
I don't know.
Some disturbance.
Hey, what's up?
I was like, do you live here? I was like, nope.
No, we're just talking. We're just doing a podcast.
What was that?
Mr. Cobb asking if we're raising our voices and moving furniture.
Apartment 6 isn't below you, is it?
No, apartment 8 is.
Yeah, there's no way in hell we're being loud enough to have somebody call the cops on us.
Well,
Yeah.
said.
He didn't know what building it was.
Yeah, he didn't know. He was asking what building we were actually in.
Someone got like a noise complaint or something.
I guess.
Whatever.
Because they said there was loud voices, which maybe that, but moving furniture.
Why you guys moving the couch?
Yeah.
Hey guys.
I like to throw furniture when I'm bored.
Well, anyways, what were you looking at now?
Magnetic generators.
They might be good, but they might not be as good as what we already have. Maybe that's why we don't have them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Free electricity's free electricity.
I don't know about that. Would you take free internet if it was like, if it went back to dial-up style?
Probably not.
Exactly.
I mean, how much power do you need, though? See, an idea that I had that I thought could possibly work for at least a little bit of energy. Imagine if you were able to wind up a generator the same way you do a clock.
Okay.
You're storing mechanical energy by winding up a
Oh,
spring,
so,
right?
okay.
And then it releases over time, and depending on how you use that stored mechanical energy, you could easily produce electricity with it.
Yeah, why
Now,
don't
if
we
you
have
were
like...
created on like a large scale, and you had like
Yeah.
this giant crank that you had to crank to like power your house every day, you know, like,
Yeah.
I
I
could
can
see that being
manipulate
possible.
like levers and pulleys to like generate more force than you're actually cranking, and
Right.
store up more force, and then
Yes.
just
Yeah.
let it unwind.
You could just use
Could
like...
be possible. I mean,
hook up this kind of generator where every time you exercise on a machine,
I
it
thought
just
about that before as well.
gives
you
into
know,
the
like
electricity.
like a workout machine.
Yeah, that
whether it be like a
powers
row
your
machine,
house.
whatever, and yeah, you generate electricity by working out.
If you get that, you have solar panels, and on top of that, you have
There
some
are
kind of other
actually
generator.
gyms, or well, I guess they would be gyms.
Yeah.
Over, I think it's either Germany or Sweden or something like that. That power themselves by people using the machines.
You enjoying our podcast?
Yeah, you can come on and join in. You're shunned.
But yeah, that's already being done. Actually,
Yeah.
there are entire gyms that are powered by people using the equipment on the inside.
Oh yeah, I've heard about those. That's cool.
That is pretty awesome.
And now
You
joining
guys are
us,
moving
we have
furniture.
Kara joining the podcast. What's our podcast called?
Joining it. I got homework.
You already put your chair here.
I was
That clearly
put it
means
there
you're joining the
'cause it was
podcast.
in the middle of the
Kara seems to believe homework's important,
homework is important.
which
Go
it's
to
not.
school, kids.
We've already been over this. School should just be free
Mhm.
until that time. Don't go to school.
I'm
In fact, you should start doing heroin.
I'm gonna
Crack.
create a video game
Sounds like a
console,
great idea.
and I'm gonna call it the Education System. Grades K through 12 available in
Great
console.
manipulation of words.
Honestly, how far is it between, like, there's going to be some time when you just buy your kid some little box that teaches them how to do everything?
Right.
I'm just gonna like get my kid to be born with a jack in his head, and I'm just gonna like plug him straight in the internet.
Plug him in the page.
This is everything you'll ever need to know.
And is he going to open his eyes?
Time to build
I
the
know
robot.
Kung Fu.
He's gonna open his eyes and be like, I need
I
to
love
use the
titties!
bathroom.
I love kids.
I'm sure you mean kitties.
Yes, we love kitties around
You know, he's
here.
gonna be potty trained. Not gonna need diapers anymore.
That'd be cool.
That's one of the worst things about humans. We have
Shit.
to eat. We constantly have to eat, shit, and piss. We need to get rid of that. Literally, there's no reason for it. Well, I mean, there's a reason for it, but if we could get rid of it, there'd
I
be no
want to
reason for
replace
it.
my entire body, except for my nervous system, with mechanical machinery. Like
If you could,
I would
you
be a
would,
cyborg.
because it'd be awesome. Be like Gattaca or something, where you could just be the perfect being.
Or, you know, the robot from RoboCop 2. You know, they took that junkie's
yeah.
like brain and put it into this robot, and of course he was still a junkie, but
Yeah,
you know,
that was kind of a terrible brain
it was a
to put.
robot that ran off of brain power.
That's our job, though. We just turn things into poop. Like,
You know?
a good, like, 30 to 50% of
We
our
consume
life.
and consume and consume and just
just-
turn it all into shit.
Yup, just turning things into shit.
And he's not talking about eating. What? Those are sweet potato fries. Try them.
They're pretty good.
Try it out. Try it.
Put it
Eat
in your
it.
mouth. Put it in your mouth.
Put it in your mouth, Kara.
Put your dick away.
Oh shit. She just went there.
Whoa.
I was just insinuating this.
Insinuating for pussies.
Only if it's about my dick.
Do they get warmed up?
How does the noise complaint happen here? Like, dude, I don't hear anything.
Yeah, it must have been in the other building.
It
dude.
must have been.
Like, no one ever
Well,
here
he-
ever makes a pee.
Yeah, but he asked if this is 1054, and I said, yeah, it's 12B up here. And he's like, okay, are you guys making any noise? And I'm like, no, we're just doing a podcast. He's like, yeah, are you moving furniture and stuff? I'm like, no, we're not being loud. He's like, okay.
Yeah, he didn't
Moved
even know
on.
what building it was because they were trying to get the person back.
I bet you this, the A building,
Uh-huh.
like a week or two ago, I could hear, like, there's some kind of fight going on
Oh, yeah.
outside. Like, somebody was yelling from a balcony down at this person. Like,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
having some kind of domestic dispute over there.
I mean, like, this whole complex is probably 1054.
You think?
Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, yeah, 'cause it's
he
A and
asked
B.
me that.
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
A and
I'm not
B.
sure, but I think so.
Yeah, I told him it's 1054 over here.
Cigarettes smell so good before you light them.
Let me smell this. Probably only because you're a smoker. Nope.
It's not an
It's-
unpleasant smell.
It's not unpleasant. I just don't think they smell good.
It smells kind of like
What smells good is
Kinda like,
pipe tobacco.
Yeah, pipe tobacco
That smells awesome.
like Teddy Grahams.
Teddy Grahams.
Teddy Grahams.
A little bit.
I used to have, like, the peach cigars at Drug Mart and the plastic
Yeah.
tubes, and I'd always, like, open them up and just smell the...
Yeah, cigars smell really good, but
Yeah,
pipe
cigars
tobacco
smell
smells the best. I love the smell
That's
of pipe
what I
tobacco.
started smoking on.
Cigars.
Pipe tobacco.
Pipe tobacco.
Pipe tobacco.
Yep.
My plan when I'm an old
That's
man
how
is
I
to smoke pipe
started
tobacco.
smoking.
That's the one plan I have when I'm an old man.
Yeah.
Is start smoking pipe tobacco.
Have you ever seen?
And have a robe.
What's that?
A robe.
Oh, right.
A rope to hang himself.
A rope to hang myself. I'm so addicted.
What's the name of that movie with Will Ferrell?
Which one?
He travels through time.
Will Ferrell time travel movie. I don't think I know this
He
one.
builds a tachyonic amplifier, and they travel in time.
I don't know this one.
Damn it.
He builds a what on a?
Googling.
Oh my gosh, the internet's so awesome.
It is awesome.
It's like, oh my gosh, I don't remember what I'm thinking of. Hold on. 2
IMDb.
seconds, I'll think of it.
Internet Movie Database is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, IMDb is amazing. Well, that's something we need. We need something in our chips where we can just download the internet, and then you won't even have to search Google or IMDb. It'll just be there. Hold on, let me get this. Okay, got this information.
That's kind of what Google Glass is on a very low level. Like, that's
Google
starting...
Glasses. Oh, because you like
Yeah,
look at stuff.
you'll just have it everywhere and
Yeah.
just be like, search, blah, 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 blah.
It's true. Yeah, but it'd be a.
Land of the Lost.
Okay, that's why I've never seen that one.
It's actually pretty funny. It's a
Really?
pretty funny movie,
It looked
yeah.
like a kid's movie, and that's why I just didn't bother.
It's got that guy from Eastbound and Down too.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Okay.
Danny McBride.
Yes. Yeah. So he's in it too. But that movie's pretty hilarious. In that movie, he
watch it.
goes on this talk show to talk about this book that he wrote about time travel and how he thinks it's possible. Like right at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
And the talk show host basically makes fun of him and tells him he's
Uh-huh.
an idiot because time travel's not real and none of this stuff he's talking about exists.
Mm-hmm.
And like he gets yelled at for having like this pipe while he's on set like for this show, you know, and he's
Yeah.
like smoking his pipe and this dude throws a fit about it. Well, at the end of the movie, after he has written his new book in which he tells about his experiences of time traveling and how he actually did it and has proof
Yeah.
of it, he's sitting on this talk show with the same guy that he was with there before, and he's smoking a pipe, and he's like, "It's okay, I asked this time," and he's like just smoking his pipe, you know, like. And the host of this talk show his name was Matt Lauer,
Yeah, Matt Lauer.
and the title of his new book was Matt Lauer Can Suck It.
Matt Lauer.
It was a funny movie. It's pretty great. He makes friends with the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Because
I just didn't expect it to actually be a good movie.
Like, he gets eaten by a Tyrannosaurus.
Didn't Jack Black do one about going back, or like he had like a caveman movie or something?
Yeah, Year One.
But that one.
It wasn't
really
back
bad.
in time. It was just that's the setting.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good movie though.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't,
sucked.
It was
I didn't
pretty
even
bad.
hear about
It was
Will
not very
Ferrell's. Didn't hear about that one.
Yeah, I never heard anything about Land of Lost because it looked like a kids movie, so I never bothered watching it. Same reason I didn't watch the Dewey Cox story, Walk Hard, because it looked so bad, and I watched it. It was one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. It's so funny.
That movie is amazing.
I don't have a sense of smell.
It's such a funny movie.
Oh, like when he walks in the bathroom and they're smoking reefer, and they're like, "Can't you smell it, Dewey?" And he's
Yeah.
like, "No, I cannot."
Those are some of the funniest scenes is when he walks in the bathroom and they're doing a drug. It's like, get out of here, Dewey. You don't want no part of this shit.
This is cocaine. It turns all your bad feelings into good ones.
I think I like me some of that cocaine.
Changes scenes into him freaking
Yeah.
going crazy on the microphone.
I love that. He's like, you sound like some kind of punk. That was a really well-made movie. Have you seen Almost Heroes, Cody?
No.
Have you seen that movie?
Almost Heroes.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh my gosh, you guys have to watch. It's Chris Farley's last movie.
Oh, really?
He ever did, yes. And it's about him and Chandler Bing, the guy that plays him. I can't think of his name right now. There's been like 4 farts during this podcast.
Wait, maybe
They're
I have
like
seen-
Lewis and Clark.
I have seen it.
They're trying to beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is such a good movie. It's hilarious.
Anything with Chris Farley is pretty awesome.
True. Did he make a bad movie? Like, off the top of my head, I can't think of one.
Yeah. I don't think he did. They're all pretty hilarious.
He is like the Jimi Hendrix of movies. He died before he could make a bad movie. He died before like he got old and everybody got tired of him, and then he just started doing shit movies. Like Robin Williams and all those people.
He planned it.
He planned it.
It's
It's like, well, I made pretty much every good movie I'm gonna make. Better do a lot of cocaine and
eat a bunch of food.
and eat a bunch of food.
Have a heart
Well,
attack.
he was doing that before he was famous.
Adam Sandler totally pulled that.
Yeah, Adam Sandler did hard.
Jim Carrey hasn't had too many bad movies.
No, I feel like his bad movies are ones he tried to make good still. Like, he
Yeah.
was still trying. He didn't just go off and make some shitty movie on purpose for money.
But what was funny back in the 90s isn't funny anymore because it's been played out so much.
Yeah, isn't that weird, though? Like, 90s movies don't hold up
Yeah.
very well. Seems like a lot of them are just terrible.
The number one
Especially-
movie in the world was called Ass. And that's all it was. It got nominations for Best Screenplay and Best Actor.
What is that from?
Idiocracy.
Idiocracy. It's been a while since I've seen it. But it's got electrolytes.
Ow, my balls!
I need to watch that again.
And I object that he interrupted me when I was watching Ow, my balls!
That is a pretty good movie.
The movie's awesome.
Yeah.
I've watched Idiocracy
Have you ever?
at least 30 times.
Have you listened to Joe Rogan's stand up? He basically
Little bits.
yeah, he has a whole bit about like it's Idiocracy in a bit. Like he has like a whole comedy skit about it.
Really?
Yeah, not skit, but a bit in his comedy routine. Do you have Netflix?
Nope.
No, it's on there. Oh, you might just have to BitTorrent it or something.
Yep.
But-
Yeah.
Not that we use those illegal programs like BitTorrent to download all the movies we want to watch for free.
Never do that.
No, that would be illegal.
Can you close that other door when you smoke?
Yeah.
Thanks.
No, Cody, I won't. I pay rent here too, sir.
I hope you like poop on your chest when you wake up.
I sure do.
Because that's exactly what's not going to happen.
Oh, Cody.
Today I learned the word nothing was Elizabethan slang for vagina, and that the play Much Ado About Nothing was a shameless, dirty pun.
That's pretty funny.
What are you doing? Nothing.
Oh, snap.
Whole lot of nothing.
Oh, I like to stick my fingers in some nothing. It doesn't work the same that way, huh?
No, it doesn't. It probably did back in the Elizabethan period.
Put my penis in your mom's nothing. Twice.
I got nothing all over my face.
Remember that one time when this podcast was about aliens?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
That was about an hour ago.
Roughly an hour. I feel like a superior being would have... One thing, I think we have some kind of vibe that we give off. Humans have some kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And if there's like an actual frequency for that vibe, that would be something we need to get tuned into.
Yeah.
Especially if maybe that's how telepathy is possible. If like our thoughts actually radiate some kind of frequency, we could figure out. Because there's going to be some kind of scientific breakthrough that we're going to have that's going to revolutionize the whole world again. The internet was like, what, 20 years ago? Before that was computers, cars. The internet's really the biggest one though, all in all.
I hope they master the elbow drop.
The elbow drop.
Everybody will be able to deliver perfect elbow drops.
I'm sorry, sir, but The Rock has already done that. It's called the people's elbow for a reason.
He has a pretty good elbow drop, but it's not quite perfect yet.
Did you just say?
Did he ever kill a man with it?
That's yet to be disclosed. So can't be giving away that information. I don't know if that cop's found his raising voices, moving furniture. Should have been like, yeah, we're having a crazy party. We're just talking and moving furniture for no reason at all. We're crazy.
I don't know. You could like call the cops because of that.
Well, it's a noise disturbance if you're raising your voices, like making too much noise.
I guess if you're like really shouting.
Yeah. Well, I imagine it's some kind of domestic thing over there because that's exactly what was happening a couple weeks ago. It was really loud. Like this woman was just bitching at her man, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
It's like, yep, the whole neighborhood's hearing this. But, I mean, I don't care. I don't know about to call cops about it.
Shh. Oh, yeah.
5. Count them, 5. That kind of 6 because it was a double fart. It would be, like, I think I would miss the taste of food if we got rid of not eating, not drinking, and all that, but...
I would be upset. I love food.
I love food, too.
But I think it would be worth it to not have to poop or pee ever. Just be a machine and just keep going on. Just keep on keeping on, man. And not being able to... Never having to sleep ever again. As much as I love sleep, if I could go without it, it would be so worth it. That's a whole nother...
autopilot?
Yeah, just from autopilot. There's a whole nother, like, 6 to 8 hours I have to do stuff.
Yeah.
Like your mom, Cody. I mean, I don't like to do nothing unless it's your mom's nothing.
I wish I had a gun.
I wish I had a gun. That's the most psychopathic.
I sure could use a knife right about now.
You're not a part of this podcast, Miss Homework Girl.
Yeah, get your own podcast. Yeah, next time we need to go over like our utopian society. I'm sure we'll go off on a tangent, like how we talked about aliens for about 5 minutes, and then an hour and 5 minutes was completely something else.
It happens.
It does.
We're no Joe Rogan.
No. They're pretty good though. It's a pretty good podcast. They have like 20-minute commercials.
Imagine if we were robots, okay?
Okay, we're robots.
Okay.
We're still running off of our human brains. We just have our
Yeah.
cyborg bodies or whatever. Now, what if you could just go on autopilot for when you have to go to work? So, like, while you're working, you're sleeping. So that all of your conscious hours, in which, hours that you're keeping track of, you're actually doing things that you want to do.
Yeah.
Imagine how much happier the entire world would be.
So much happier.
You didn't have to think or even be conscious while you were at work. You
thought about
you
this
just had
idea.
your money. Like,
You just had the fast forward button and you could just click it and just be like...
Sir, have you seen Click?
I have seen Click.
Okay, you learn a valuable lesson by just skipping, because you learn and you gain experiences by living your life. By just skipping and hitting the fast forward button, you miss out on your children growing up. Is that what you want? Is that what you want, Cody?
Yes. Give me the.
You'll just be a stranger in your kid's life.
Unfortunately, Christopher Walken is not a mad scientist in real life.
You take that back. You take that back right now.
Maybe he is.
But really, I think if we're to the point where we could go on autopilot and sleep and just do our work, I think we wouldn't even need to be doing the work. We could just have robots doing that work.
Right.
At that point,
But then how would you make money?
There'd still be ways to make money. First off, well,
Selling your body.
I guess we would have robots to make the robots that do the work.
We're all going to be robot hookers in the future. Right?
Well, when the robot robots become sentient and just take over and start molesting us.
I actually had that idea at one point. I was going to create a fleet of robot hookers to just send out on the streets, you know, and like they would take credit cards or cash. And at the end of the day, all you have to do is spray them off with a hose.
Yeah,
and,
it's true.
They're good to go for the next day. Like,
if you make them, though, you got to make sure the credit card has to be slid in the ass to be taken.
Yes,
that has to be done.
Of course.
Okay.
You know.
I was just making sure you thought of that. And you can pay by a coin, and that goes right in the vagina.
Link.
Game.
Perfect world. In a perfect world.
I'll take 3.
You take 3. You already got business. Already worth it. Well, have you seen those real dolls?
Yep.
Basically, if you make those robots, that's your point.
They're getting there.
It's just hosing them down.
The Japanese are working on that day and night.
Oh yeah. They're working all kinds of silly shit.
Robot hookers.
I'm sure they're on it. They have panty machines. Panty vending machines.
Yeah, they do.
Panty vending machines.
Used panties, yeah. They're all about the used panties.
Yep.
It's pretty messed up when you
That is so messed up.
you have a whole underground of used panties. But that's weird stuff happens, but also awesome stuff happens from Japan, and that's because they don't have to worry about an army. They can waste all their time and money on stuff like that.
Right now, they're just wasting their time and money recovering from their tsunami.
Yeah, well, and that whole nuclear thing that happened because of it. Nuclear power, it's all nice until it all fucks up and a whole wasteland is created for 1,000 years.
Yep.
Not worth it in that kind of spectrum. Because if everybody went to nuclear power, somebody's nuclear power is going to mess up every, even if we had it the safest it could possibly every 100 years, one messes up. That's an area gone for 1,000 years every 100 years.
Right.
The math doesn't work out too well that way.
I was reading an article about Japan. They were talking about building a ring around the moon that consisted of solar panels, and they were going to beam the power that these solar panels generated back to Earth.
That's the most genius and mad scientist thing I've ever heard.
It's a project that they're looking at. They want to have it started by 2020, is what
that is
said.
That is such an awesome idea, because you could still get solar power even at night, because oh man. Genius.
That'd be sweet.
So really, Japan's going to take over.
It is possible to transmit electricity from the moon to the Earth.
How do they transmit
laser would probably be the method that they would choose, I imagine. It can also be sent by wave.
Yeah.
But the only problem with sending power by laser is that we're not too great at receiving the energy that is created from the laser.
Because it might actually just be lasering people.
So you actually really only get 50% of what
but
you
still,
actually
50%
by the time you get it back.
Of the sun's power that close. First off, you're that close, and you're not going through an atmosphere. You're probably losing a lot just by going through an atmosphere.
I vote giant tether.
Giant tether?
Tether to what?
Tetherball?
To the moon.
Oh, to the moon, to just have a cord plugged into the moon.
Wouldn't fuck up the rotation or anything. Figure it out.
That is a really neat concept. Solar panels just orbiting the moon.
Well, let me see if I can find it.
Why even orbit the moon, though? Is that just because... Why not orbit the Earth first if we can't? Because then we don't need the lasers. We could get a lot more. If they are going to build it that large, why not just have it orbit the Earth and then move on to the moon?
Japanese solar panels moon. Japanese corporation plans to turn the moon into a massive solar power plant.
That's so awesome. Eventually, the moon's going to be covered in solar panels, and it's just going to look like a giant disco ball in space. It's going to be awesome.
That would be right. I can't believe we haven't been back to the moon since the 70s.
Yeah, we're quite slacking. But then again, we don't have any reason to go there. Nobody wants to do anything on the moon. Now it's all about Mars. You got the Mars rover around taking pictures, doing science.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that kind of makes us aliens. What if there is life on Mars and they're just really small and they just see this huge fucking contraption come in,
but we
just going around doing shit.
We really need people
you guys
sent to Mars.
Heard anything about the manned freaking Mars mission?
No. We really need to send people to Mars, because what a robot can do is nothing compared to what a human can do right now. And it just takes so much energy and time to make a robot do any of the stuff it can do on Mars. The only good thing is it doesn't have to breathe.
The thing that I was reading, it was planning on being completely privately funded. And,
oh, really?
They were going to have a basically like a reality TV show of candidates for the mission to Mars.
Yeah.
Because apparently it's going to be a one-way trip.
Huh.
Whoever they send is not coming back.
But I'm sure there's plenty of people that would do it.
And yeah, their idea was that if they created this reality TV show and they ran it for 10 years, that was their projected amount of time in which they would put all these candidates through tests and other things and like have them, compete against each other for this opportunity.
It'd be like a real world with
Except
people that
it
would
would
go to
be
Mars.
like for people that actually are, going to go to Mars. And,
that is actually a really good idea.
That's how they planned on funding the entire thing.
Yeah.
Was by creating this reality TV show or whatever, and whoever won would end up going on the mission to Mars, and they would be, setting up a small freaking,
What we don't know is this has already been
Mars.
set forth, and the show's called Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah.
Eventually, the next season, they're just going to get really in shape and start cleaning up their lives.
This is a pretty interesting idea, though.
Have they started it, though, for real?
No.
Or they're just still way in talks about it?
In talk, yeah.
Is this America that's doing it, or somewhere else?
I think it is America. Oh, no.
America.
Maybe it was Dutch. It says a Dutch company. There.
Dutch. Well, it could be a Dutch company, but still, a reality show's going to be best funded in America. Well, I mean, let's face it, that's all we have.
We have
right
the most
now.
TV viewers of any other country in the world.
Oh, yeah.
That's for sure.
And the best people that will pay advertisements for it, too, so.
Pepsi sponsoring the mission to Mars.
Yeah. Well, that's one reason I like Red Bull a lot, is because they sponsor a lot of, like, crazy shit like that. Like that guy that jumped from
Felix
Stratosphere.
Baumgartner, I think his name was, or something like that.
Yeah, he had, like, Red Bull right on his leg.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they ponied up
That
a lot
was
of money.
actually postponed. That was supposed to happen years ago.
Really?
And apparently some guy claimed to have come up with that idea, and he was like, no, that's my idea, you can't do it. And they had like a whole bunch of like legal issues that they had to battle against.
How can
it
you...
was supposed to happen last October.
How could you patent or claim the idea of just jumping from somewhere?
I don't know.
Maybe like
Apparently,
the technology
like,
involved with it.
His company was going to sponsor the whole idea, that kind of thing, because there's a lot of money to be made, just through
definitely.
sponsorship of doing something like that, but they had to postpone it. Like, that was supposed to happen, if it wasn't last year, it was 2 years ago. Yeah. And they had to do, like, this whole legal battle, like, with this guy that said that it was his idea.
Well, I'm glad they actually did it. It's pretty cool.
It is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it's freaking awesome. Like, can you imagine, like, for instance, being up on a space station and being like, I'm just gonna go back to Earth for a while, and just jumping out. Like, like, how awesome would that be?
The dude said he almost passed out when he
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
He was spinning so fast that the spin,
The
like...
centrifugal force is running.
But he, like, stabilized himself. He thought he was gonna have to pull the chute and, like, give up, but he's just like, no, I'm just gonna go for it, and just, like, stabilized himself somehow.
Man, would that have been if he, like, just passed out and couldn't parachute? It would have been so much. So much press on that one. I mean, there was already a lot of press, but it was we would have.
You remember that board game?
That Splat. No, I don't think I was
played with like Play-Doh.
No,
I had like these Play-Doh ants, and every person had these hands that you would splat the other person's ants with.
Huh. No, I never played it.
That was a good
Sounds
one.
like a cool one though.
It was fun.
Yeah, that is a problem with the mission to Mars, is getting people there and then back. But that really reduces a lot of trouble if you're just saying, you're just going there. Are they going to like try and provide them with food and shelter and stuff to live there? Or is it just after you're there, you're fucked? Like after you do what you can do. Like do they have like 40 days, 40 nights, and then they're, well, time to get out the gun and kill ourselves now.
Splat. The bug squishing race game.
That's awesome. I need to read about that. Not Splat. About the mission to Mars. Because we are really underpaying the whole idea of space exploration.
Something on Facebook about fucking forever ago. I might be able to just recover that article that I found on there. This is not my Facebook.
I'm about to head out soon, guys. I gotta get up real early.
Cody, by the way, has a nothing.
Your face is a nothing.
Oh. Alright. Time to end the discourse of human events.
It's making me nervous, yeah.
Okay.
And like stuff coming out of pods that look like aliens.
You got this?
Oh yeah, turn the sound down.
Amateur. What is this, amateur hour?
Welcome to Amateur Hour.
I'm just gonna let it go because it doesn't really matter.
I'm gonna fart my pants because it doesn't really matter.
It's not working.
Please fart in your pants rather than getting naked and then farting outside of your pants. Do you have it on like mute or something random?
Broke.
No.
It broke.
I did, but I turned it up.
The thing broke.
You might. It's probably just because it's...
Summon war. It is now your turn in a game against something.
Let's see here. It's gonna come up with that same fucking thing.
I want to smoke this cigarette.
Alright, we'll figure this out.
I'm gonna do it.
Just YouTube it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna drop a bug on the spider.
Do it!
Dropping the bug on the Spider-Man.
Yeah, but this is the only way we're gonna be able to do it, really, for now. The jig is up, the news is out, they finally found me. The renegade who had made retreat from a bounty.
Here we go.